Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into one of the most transformative books of our time, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This spiritual classic has touched millions of lives. Many thanks to Oprah Winfrey bringing it to so many people's attention, and it continues to guide people toward profound peace and deeper spiritual awareness. Whether you're seeking to release anxiety, experience greater peace, or simply understand yourself better, this book offers tools and insights to help you live more consciously. Let's break down the key teachings of The Power of Now and how you can apply them to your life. The essence of The Power of Now is simple, yet revolutionary. The present moment is all we truly have. Tolle reminds us that our minds are often dominated by thoughts about the past and the future, leaving us disconnected from the present moment, right here and now. Tolle explains that we tend to relive past experiences in our minds, whether they are painful memories or unfulfilled desires. We also worry about the future, about what might happen, what we fear might go wrong, or about all the things we have yet to accomplish or might not accomplish. This constant mental activity keeps us trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction. When we shift our focus to the present moment, we allow ourselves to experience life just as it is, without the filter of past regrets or future fears. Tolle encourages us to practice mindfulness by observing what's happening in the moment without judgment. And when we do that, we find that the present moment is not just a fleeting thing. It's the only place where true peace, power, and joy can exist. One of the most important concepts in Tolle's work is the idea of the ego. The ego is the part of us that identifies with external things, our achievements, our roles in life, our possessions, our relationships. It creates a false sense of self based on all these external factors, which are in reality transient and fleeting. The ego thrives on fear, competition, and separation. It wants to control, judge, and compare. However, Tolle teaches that this identification with the ego leads to suffering, because we are placing our happiness and sense of self in things that are outside of us and beyond our control. True freedom comes from understanding that we are not our ego. We are not the thoughts we think or the roles we play. We are not our past experiences, and we are not our future projections. When we recognize the ego's voice as separate from our true being, we can begin to detach from it. Instead, we can observe it, witness it, just notice it, which allows us to access a higher state of consciousness. One of the most powerful practices that The Power of Now encourages is learning to observe our thoughts. Tolle introduces the concept of the witnessing consciousness, which is the ability to observe your thoughts without getting wrapped up in them. Instead of identifying with every thought that crosses your mind, you can take a step back and simply notice the thoughts as they arise. This practice of detachment allows you to recognize that thoughts are just mental events. They come and go, and they do not define who you are. The more you practice observing your thoughts without judgment, the less power they have over you. This is especially powerful when it comes to negative or self-critical thoughts, as it allows you to disengage from them and not let them dictate your emotional state. Tolle also emphasizes that many of us get caught in what he calls the mental noise of constant thinking. By observing our thoughts, we break the cycle of overthinking, anxiety, and stress. Instead, we make space for inner stillness and clarity, which is the doorway to spiritual awakening. 𝗃𝗟𝗍 introduces the concept of presence, which is being fully engaged in the present moment. Presence is about fully experiencing life as it is without resistance or distraction. It's not just about being physically present, but also mentally and emotionally present, free from the noise of the past and the future. When we are present, we experience life more deeply. We notice the beauty around us, the feel of the air, the sounds, the colors, the sensations in our bodies. This presence is the essence of our true being. It's not something we need to seek out. It's always available to us once we stop looking outside of ourselves. 𝗃𝗟𝗍 explains that the more we align with presence, the more we are able to act from a place of calm and clarity, rather than reacting from fear, stress, or ego-driven desires. Presence allows us to make decisions from a higher level of awareness. It's in the present moment that we find our true power, and it's in that space that we can align with and manifest our deepest desires with ease. 𝗃𝗟𝗍 explains that much of our suffering comes from our attachment to thoughts, emotions, and experiences that are painful. We often hold on to old wounds, regrets, and grievances, and these keep us in a state of suffering. The key to transcending pain is to stop resisting it. 𝗃𝗟𝗍 talks about the practice of acceptance. Accepting what is, even when it's uncomfortable or painful. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation or inaction. It means not fighting against the present moment. When we accept what is happening in this moment, even if it is pain or hardship, without judgment or resistance, it no longer has the same power over us. This practice doesn't diminish the reality of physical pain, but allows us to navigate it with greater peace. This practice allows us to dissolve emotional suffering. By being fully present with our pain, we allow it to transform. Resistance and mental patterns are often what intensify our suffering. The moment we stop resisting, the energy of pain can dissipate and we can experience healing. 𝗃𝗟𝗍 acknowledges that the mind isn't inherently bad. It's just been conditioned to operate in ways that create suffering. The mind can be a tool for spiritual awakening if we learn to use it in alignment with presence. In fact, it is the mind that can help us recognize the truth of who we are by directing our attention to the present moment. 𝗃𝗟𝗍 stresses that the mind becomes a barrier to spiritual growth when we become identified with it. But when we learn to detach from it and observe it, the mind becomes a powerful ally. It can help us understand our patterns, our beliefs, and our deeper truths, allowing us to transcend the limitations of the ego and step into higher consciousness. In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle presents a profound message. True peace and spiritual freedom are not found in the past or future, but in the present moment. By practicing mindfulness, detaching from the ego, observing our thoughts, and aligning with presence, we can live in a state of joy, peace, and clarity. If you haven't yet read The Power of Now, I highly encourage you to dive into this transformative work. It's a guide to living a life of true freedom and spiritual awakening. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more spiritual insights, and share this with anyone who might benefit from living in the present moment. See you in the next video.